Was a time not so long ago when the idea of the Beatles touring with only two original surviving members would have been sacrilege. There would have been an uproar from every music nerd and hipster and blogger and podcaster. We would have all had our opinions, and most of them would have been, no way, man. The Beatles cannot tour with only Paul and Ringo. But then we see The Who out there with Pete and Roger. And they're doing just fine. And there doesn't seem to be any uproar. The concerts seem to go off without a hitch. And there seems to be plenty of fannies in the seats. So why should the Beatles sit on the sideline? Because, we want to see the Beatles one last time. These guys are not getting any younger. They're in their 70s now. Just the idea of touring extensively like Paul McCartney seems to be doing year in, year out I get tired just seeing his tour schedule. I can't imagine how he does it. But it makes me wonder why he does it. He doesn't need the money. He doesn't need the adulation. At this point, I'm sure he's just kind of immune to, oh my God, Paul McCartney. He's kind of been through every drill by this point. And so I'm just wondering what is driving him. That's one hell of an engine he's got going. And it just can't seem to slow down. Or maybe perhaps more accurately, what's he running from? Is he afraid to spend some time at the house with the old lady? He is married. He can't stand to be single. Married some one-legged chick that took him for all he was worth. His kids tried to warn him. Said, she's bad news, Dad. He's like, hey, man, I can't spend the night alone. What are you talking about, man? I need a body in the bed next to me, baby. I don't care who it is. I don't care how many legs they have. I will not spend the night alone. And that would end it badly. So I don't know who he's married to now, but by gosh, I hope it's a good union. I hope that they actually do like spending time together, and I hope that he's not touring just so that he doesn't have to spend time with her. But this is all beside the point. What we all want is that one last Beatles tour. And we have lowered our standards, obviously, because, if the Who can tour with only two surviving members, then why the hell can't the Beatles? And you know that as much as we would gripe about it upon hearing such news, we would all be there. We would all be there. We'd be like, hey, man, wasn't that you at work that was talking about how you would never... Yeah, I know, man, but I'm here. I'm here to support Ringo, man. That's what I'm here for. No, but, it's like sometimes you just have to forget about all the bullshit and just be a kid again. Both as a performer and as a concert goer. And so I wholeheartedly approve of a I wholeheartedly approve of a Beatles tour, whereas in the past I did not. So I have what's the word that they throw around these days? I have evolved. Yes, I have evolved. I think we're up to, caveman status at this point? So anyway, what would I want out of a Beatles tour? Because you're going to have to represent George Harrison and John Lennon somehow. I don't think we're up to the point where they can actually be recreated by holograms yet and interact with Paul and Ringo. Thank God we're not at that point yet, but I'm sure we will be there in a few short years. So how do we fill that void? Do we get Julian Lennon to sing his dad's songs or Sean Lennon to do his dad's songs? Do we get Danny Harrison? Or do we let Yoko come out and sing backing vocals on A Day in the Life? How far do we go with it? By we, I mean they. We have no control. This is just us thinking out loud. How should they do it? And I don't think there's any good way to do it. So you might as well just have fun with the idea. Get a couple named guys, like maybe Mike Campbell to fill in for George Harrison. Maybe, I don't know, Neil Finn to sub for John Lennon. Has that been done before? Are they already in a band together? Yes, of course. They're in the current Fleetwood Mac. But that would actually be a better fit than in Fleetwood Mac. I mean, I love Fleetwood Mac. I love Mike Campbell. I love Neil Finn. But that's just an odd combination. It would be a better fit if they were in the Beatles. I can't believe that those words are even coming out of my mouth. But it's true. At this point, all bets are off. I mean, so many checkpoints have been blown through, that at this point you just got to throw your hands up in the air and just go, okay, whatever. It's open season. I don't know. Let's get two guys from A Flock of Seagulls, put them in a band with two guys from Nirvana, and let's just see what we come up with. It'll be A Flock of Nirvana. I don't know, but maybe they can open. I mean, Grohl does have a relationship with Paul McCartney, of course. So there, you've got your opening act. I've got the tour already. I've got the bill. Let's try that again. There you go. I've already got the double bill. It's going to be the Beatles with special guests, A Flock of Nirvana. And if that tour does not sell out, then I will eat my hat.